basically the Icelandic bar, or Íslenski barinn. But in here we're gonna try out the unofficial national dish of Iceland, the Icelandic meat soup, which is always made with free roaming lamb, so it's soft, tender, simply delicious, root vegetables, and I think just the perfect first stop to warm our bodies completely up before the oncoming day. Which literally means the kitchen on board of a ship, and they kind of stick to that theme here. This is without a doubt my favorite seafood restaurant in all of Iceland. But in here we're gonna try out the Arctic char, which is amazing, and what we call plokkfiskur, which is basically mashed fish. It is of course named after the god from Norse mythology. If you don't know him from that, you might recognize him from Marvel's Avengers. Not the same guy though. Similarities in there though, mainly that he was the bad guy. That's about it. But this place has been up and running now for 9 years. It is run by husband and wife. Finally, in here we're gonna try out the rye bread ice cream. Probably sounds a bit weird, but it is delicious. This rye bread ice cream, but it got so popular now they have to make a whole different rye bread, whole new rye bread, just for the ice cream. But it takes 10 hours to bake one rye bread here, because the dough is so dense that we have to bake it for a really long time at a really low temperature. Ostabúðin, or in English the cheese shop. In here we're gonna try out 3 different types of cheeses and 3 different types of meats, and handakís for them here. And I'm gonna pair it up with this pink stuff right here, a raspberry vinaigrette with champagne vinegar. So the sweetness of the sauce with the smoky flavor of the goose is just the ultimate combination. It is a cured sheep's fillet. It is cured with rosemary, thyme and fennel, and the fennel gives it a bit of a licorice taste to it. And if you haven't noticed, we are kind of obsessed with licorice here. And well, it is a cured horse fillet. It is of course the Icelandic horse, and it is cured with rosemary, thyme and curry. And well, in Iceland it is relatively normal to eat horse. It's just another meat for us. Also depends on if you grew up eating horse or not, kind of. But this is actually one of the purest meats you can find. It's almost, pure muscles, but just enough fat to make it amazing, really. That we have no tradition whatsoever, and tend to just mimic everybody else when it comes to cheeses. And we are fairly young in that field as well. We only started to mass produce cheeses in the 1940s. This is all with the exception of skyr though, the Icelandic yogurt, which is technically cheese stuck in the process somewhere along the way. So if you try a plain skyr, it might have a bit of cream cheese texture and even a bit of cream cheese flavor to it. All the cheeses we're going to try today are made from cow's milk, and they are all pasteurized. But we don't really use sheep's milk at all in Iceland, even though the population of sheep is roughly 3-4 times the people, depending on what time of the year it is, really. We are going to start with this cheese right here, called the black gouda, or svartur gáti. It is your average gouda. Comes to... It is your average gouda, but it has a bit of a nuttier aftertaste to it, and it's really creamy as well. But we call it the black gouda because when it was first made, the cheese was covered up in black wax. Cheese, we don't have a name for it, so blue cheese it is. Oh, sorry, or gráða ostur. It is made to resemble the French roquefort cheese, but made with cow's milk instead of sheep's milk. But it, of course, has the same type of mold in it because there's only one type of blue mold, really. Now, this is the first mass-produced cheese here. It started in the 1940s. It is a great introductory cheese to blue cheeses. It's mild and salty. Sorry. And the salty flavor kind of overpowers a bit of the malty flavors. It's called gullostur, or golden cheese. And well, if you love something in Iceland, we call it gold something. Hence the golden waterfall, golden circle, the beer golden. And we even nickname our kids Gold Nugget because gold. But this is the Icelandic version of a brie, but what they do differently here is that the cheese is punctured, so you can see in some of the bites tiny puncturing, so the mold kind of sifts into the cheese and gives it a bit of a maltier flavour, a really mild one though, and a bit of texture to it as well. And this one is really creamy as well. The creamier the better. And I have our next tasting in my backpack. I have skyr, the Icelandic yogurt. Use it in desserts. Just name it. This is what we eat, mainly because it's high in protein and low in everything else. So basically all we need. It is of course made from cow's milk as well. And we have somewhere between 25 and 35 different flavors of it in our supermarket. The most recent ones are rhubarb vanilla flavored and coconut flavored. The weirdest one, yet my favorite at the moment, is I think creme brulee. But my favorite changes almost every day, so. Next up, the original hot dog stand. First opened up in 1937. So this year it turned 80 years old. It is a family-run business. Has been in the same family now for 4 generations of hot dog makers. But the Icelandic hot dog is made mostly out of lamb. Like 85% lamb, 15 surprise. It is a hot dog. And it comes with 5 condiments. We have ketchup, which is sweetened up with applesauce. Icelandic mustard, which is a bit on the sweeter side and a bit paste-like. Remoulade, a mayonnaise-based relish. Raw onions and deep fried onions. The ultimate way to go is of course ein með öllu, or one with everything. But if you want to skip anything, deep fried onions. They are the essence of the hot dog.
Overall, I really enjoyed the Icelandic food. It was pretty similar to America with a few exceptions. The meat in Iceland is very different. They have a lot of other meats accessible here, like horse. Horse I thought was very interesting, but was delicious, and it's something that we'd find so strange here in America. Later on the trip, I actually ate puffin, which is something that we would find very, very weird here, but I thought it was one of the most delicious meats I've ever eaten, along with the goose we ate as well on the food tour, which was so good, but we would not eat usually here. One of the other foods that I think is a pretty popular thing in Iceland was this hot dog stand, which was like an American hot dog, except it was such a twist. They used a lot of lamb, and then their mustard was very different. They had this other brown sauce that was very different, and also fried onions, something that I've never had on a hot dog. There are some very innovative food ideas on my trip to Iceland. Foods that aren't exactly traditional in Iceland, but are things that the local shops have invented, like the rye bread ice cream, which I think is such a cool idea to use the extra rye bread. And now they actually use a whole other rye bread just for ice cream, and it was delicious. Also, seafood was a lot more popular here in Iceland, especially in Reykjavik since we're on the coast. I'm not sure if it's popular all throughout, but it seemed very popular in Reykjavik, which is not something that is as popular in America. Lastly, another thing I thought was very odd was their love for licorice. I don't know where they got their love for licorice, because in America we hate it, but there they loved it so much. Overall, I really enjoyed the